Our objective with the body sculpting is to create some contours, maybe a little bit of organic look to it, but also some functional reliefs as well. So typically on a guitar body there's going to be an arm relief right in this area. You can see that's kind of scrapey and scratchy right there. So we'll oftentimes remove a little bit of material here to create a little relief for the arm. And then also on the back side here is what we call a belly cut. So that gives us a little bit of room for our bellies, and some need more than others, but nevertheless, we would have a little sculpture there. Anything else that you want to do is really just purely aesthetic rather than functional. But we do need to be extra careful about where we're not going to remove material. Okay, so we have some what we call no-fly zones on the guitar body. So all of this area right around in here on the back side is of course going to be no-fly, because that's where we're going to have a metal plate there. Our neck plate is going to be mounted there, and we need to have a nice flat surface for that to set on. So we don't want any contouring there. Also, anybody that does any routing, so for instance this body here has not been routed yet. If it was to be routed, the routing would come up into this region here and into this region here. We would not want to route all the way around this edge, because if we do, then that neck plate will just be hanging in the air over that radius. So we want to bring that routing up to here and to here, and then we're good. Okay. Also around this back area where our electronics cover is going to be placed, remember our electronics cover is a piece of plywood. It doesn't bend. Okay, so we can't wrap it around a contour that you cut into here. Also, we don't want to remove any of this pocket where the electronics cover is going to be placed. So we want to leave that alone. On the top edge here, keep in mind that this is only about 1/8 of an inch thick of material right in here. So if you start cutting away material in here, you might cut right into the electronics pocket, right? So that's kind of an area that we want to definitely avoid. And then of course keep all of the area where our pickups and our bridge are going to be mounted, you know, all these screw holes and all of that, all of this area where the strings are going to be. We don't want to contour any of that, we want to leave that flat. So it's really just kind of around the periphery here. And you can see on Michelle's guitar right here, you can see the idea of the sculpting. You can see she chose not to really have an arm relief there, but she actually cut away quite a bit of material here already. There's a bit of a belly cut right here, right? So nothing is required. You don't have to do any sculpting if you don't want to, but generally that's preferred, and it adds to the comfort and kind of the unique. This is the place where your students can really get into the customization quite a bit and have some fun too. But we just have to be respectful of those no-fly zones, and we're going to be okay. So in preparation for doing the sculpting, what we'd want to do is just make some indications on the body lightly with pencil, never ink, lightly with pencil, where you might want to make some of the cuts. So like right here, I want to create a little arm relief right in here. So I'm holding it there, kind of where the guitar I want it to be, and I'm going to just mark a little pencil line there, and then on the sides here as well, just marking some lines just roughly there. And what that does is, as you're working with the tools and removing that wood and it's going away really fast, it gives you kind of a caution zone, saying, "Oop, I'm kind of getting close to where I want to be, and I need to stop and look at it and decide how much further I want to go." Without those lines there, you could just keep on going, you know, and you can't put it back, right? The wood is gone. And then also on your belly cut underneath, right? Same kind of a thing. Make your little mark. It can come in a lot deeper if you want, wherever you want to place that. And then also on the side here. So now we have some lines to give us some indication where we want to cut. Okay? So that's what I would recommend, you know, starting out just kind of sketching. I saw some people are already doing some of that kind of thing, and that's great. Just remember to always use pencil.